Hello everybody, this is a Shadowbox and welcome back to Air Hauler 2. Today we are going to be flying a load of musical instruments from Toledo to somewhere in Illinois, Lawrenceville, I think is what it is. As you can see, I've already delivered about half of what's there, so we are now taking the rest. So, I've already started the flight, so it's not going to let me interact with the menu here. I just wanted to show you that this is a $47,000 job, and we have a $56,000 job pending as well. So we are really going to be making some money now with a couple of Duke B60s in the fleet. As well as our passenger service, it has got very low utilization, unfortunately. Actually, the first day of flights that we did while I was at work, we didn't get anybody. So we made 6 empty flights, but I guess that's alright. By the time I got home, I was able to catch them, and now we're taking between 1 and 3 people a flight. The problem was the ticket price was too high. I turned it down from $175 a ticket down to $100 a ticket. And now we're building up reputation in our passenger line. And once that reputation gets higher, we should see more and more utilization of the line. The passengers are definitely there. There's over 100 people a day that want to travel between those airports. The problem is just getting them on our plane right now. So I'm trying to decide if it's worth turning the ticket price like way low so we can get good utilization, or if I should kind of leave it high and just wait for our reputation to get higher. So that's something I gotta think about. But let's get into the sim here. And as you can see, we're in the Duke B60, and we are in Toledo, as I said before. I accidentally put our starting location as this gate instead of our usual area back behind these buildings. You'll notice a couple things if you're observant. You'll see the textures are a lot better. It's because when I bought FSX Steam Edition, I also bought Rex Texture 4 Direct. But I realized I never actually installed the textures, so I went ahead and did that, so now our textures should be much better. As well as I also just purchased Active Sky 2016, so now we have real world weather in here. I had thought that FSX still had that use real world, sync every 15 minutes, but it doesn't. It's the same pressures. Like today it's been overcast and rainy here, but the pressure was around like 30.02, something like that. And using real world and FSX, it was still at 29.82 and barely any clouds in the sky. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and buy Active Sky. So I did. And I haven't actually flown with it yet. This will be the first flight using it. So I'm really looking forward to this flight, actually. So we will go ahead and get the aircraft powered up first of all. Open up the cowl flaps. Get our avionics on. Our beacon. And we're going to go ahead and make sure the parking brake is engaged. We don't want to go into the building there. Left fuel boost and start the engine. And I'll bring this up to Rich. And the same thing on the other side. Alright, that's our engine started. We can take those fuel pumps off, get the generators clicked in. Let's turn on our flight director and nav hold. And we're going to contact, well, actually first let's listen to the weather. I'm trying to find what happened to the... Great. 1 second, guys. Alright, so what had happened there was I meant to undock the ATC menu, and I undocked the entire view here. So let's hear that again. So we're going to be taking off runway 4. Alright, 29er. Alrighty, so that's our weather. Now we'll go ahead and get the clearance. Let me pause track IR. Get down here. Clearance is on 125.6. Alright. Alright, so we've got squawk 7165. 7165. We should read that back. And we're going to get an initial 12,000. Oops. Alright, now we're going back to the advisory on 123.05. And departure is going to be on 126.1. So we got that ready to go. Alright, track IR is going to come back on. Alright, and let's announce our intention to taxi to runway 4. It's crazy just what some better textures around your airports and better sky textures can do for your sim. I think this looks pretty amazing. Definitely a lot better than the default textures that were going on. Or that we were running before. Here we are at runway 4. Get in a notch of flaps. Get our landing lights on. Strobe. Transponder. Now we're going to be departing kind of south, kind of west. Mostly south, I think. Approach looks clear. Get our fuel pumps back on. And we should be good to go. rotate. We are flying pretty heavy today. Alright, and we are now climbing fast enough, and well, our speed is high enough that we can bring in the flaps. Beautiful fog. Alright, once we're 1,500 feet AGL, we will talk to departure. And at that point, we'll start cleaning up from our initial climb. Or start cleaning up for our initial climb, which I forgot to set our rate, 1,300 feet. For the flight director. Alright, let's go ahead and start talking to departure. Alright, and we can come back on the power. Come back a little bit on the props. Get our prop sync on, fuel pumps off. I love how you can just barely see the ground at the level we're at right now. So this is almost exactly what it looks like outside, though it's a little bit darker outside. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let the autopilot take over. And we're still on 29 or 9 or 8 on our altimeter. Yes, we are. I'll just monitor our power. Power and mixture. Pause track IR. Oh, we need to get our landing lights off because they're stowed in the wheel well. Looks great. I want to get Orbex's FTX Global. I feel like that would really make things look good. But it's $100, so that might not happen for a while. It was hard to justify spending $35 on Active Sky today, but I decided I wanted it enough. And I'm glad I did. You know, if you're playing a simulation where you're in the air, you want accurate weather. Some thunderstorms to the south. That's the Maumee River there. And that's US 23 or 475. The same thing. So if that's 23 475, then this is Conant Street, and then this is the Turnpike, or Interstate 90. That's just cool, we can see things like that. And then up here, that would be Interstate 75, and then further north of that would be Interstate 280, crossing the river. Very cool. I just need better textures. That's US. This road right here is US 24. Now this is a game from, FSX is a game from 2006. And it's got accurate roads all over the world. I'm not saying every road in the game is accurate, but it does have accurate roads throughout the world. That's crazy. Especially from 2006. Is that on? Did I remember to turn that on? Yes, it's on. Let's take a look at the cabin. As I can use track IR for this. The card table out. Obviously there's really no place to store refreshments here. And stick a cooler under the seats or something. Although I do like in the smaller, again, kind of like business planes or just like smaller private planes, they're actually curtains instead of just like the pull down shade like you get on large. Oh, is it time to lean the... Yep, certainly is. Start hearing that wind rushing. You're getting close to stalling. I'm looking too much at the pretty surroundings and the pretty airplane and not paying enough attention to managing the airplane's power. So you actually have to lean this aircraft as you get higher, or else it loses power to the engine. Unlike a lot of other planes where you can get away with it if you don't lean the aircraft, and this one you do. That was almost disaster. Wow, look at that angle of attack. That should have been a clue to me as I was looking out the side window there. There we go. Good thing there's no passengers on board. Musical instruments don't talk to the FAA. Alright guys, this is quite a lengthy flight. Excuse my cell phone, I forgot to put it on vibrate. This is quite a lengthy flight, so I will be cutting it and bringing you back, and I probably will be using time acceleration to get there in a timely manner. But before we go, look at that. I'm loving the Rex Texture Direct and Active Sky 2016. Like, that is amazing. You do not get this with the default FSX, which is the only cloud textures I had ever used before, and the only weather engine I've ever used now. Definitely worth it. I wish I had gotten it years ago. Obviously, we're halfway through 2018, and I'm just getting Active Sky 2016. Just the most recent product from Active Sky as far as a weather engine goes, but still. Wow. Hello everybody, welcome back. We have just been told to descend to 6,000. So we are. And we must need to get some de-icing. I just noticed our indicated airspeed is 0 knots. So it's a good thing we have a GPS. Yep, there we go. The pitot tube froze over. So as soon as we got the pitot tubes warmed up, we're we're good. So if we're building up on the pitos, we might want to just go ahead and do a one cycle throughout the body of the aircraft, and there we go. Alright. It has been cool seeing Active Sky transition the weather as we move across the state. We're almost across Indiana now, about to be coming into Illinois, and our airport that we're going to is like right on the border with Illinois. So we're pretty close, and we've been assigned runway. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to remember. Was it runway 15 on GPS approach? Let's see if I can. Oh no, never mind. We've got a visual approach on runway 18, and we are currently flying ATC vectors. So that's why we're so far off on our everything here. Actually, let me see. Do we have... We do have a GPS approach for 18, so we might as well do that. Might as well plug it in with the vectors transition. We'll just go ahead and load it for now. So now that should be... right there. Cool. And then if we go into procedures, we can just go ahead and activate the approach when it's time. It's actually the first time I've seen icing actually have an effect on an aircraft in FSX. I'm not going to lie. Alright, going to Holman approach on 118.3. Holman approach. We're at 11,200, descending to 6,000. Let's see here, if we... Come on. Help me out here. I mean, all this is going to be wrong. I wish we could just kind of jump down to KLWV. I just want to get an idea of how far away we are. Go. So that's where we're going. There we go. So we're still 48 miles away. So yeah, guys, I will bring you back when we're closer or when something more exciting happens. Unless you just want to look at the sky and our plane and the sun and stuff with me for the next 20 minutes. Good grief, that is pretty. Alright guys, we're about 8 minutes away, and we've just been told to go down to 2,400. So once we get down to 2,400... Expedite! I'm going! Jeez, Mom! Alright. So, down to 2,400. Once we're down to 2,400, we'll start our before landing checks. Or, descent checks or whatever, which we should be fine. If we take a look, there's really not much to do besides just check and make sure things didn't go haywire. Like, our pressurization is fine. Shouldn't really have anything to do there. Cabin altitude is 3,500 feet, and we're a little above that still. That's fine. But once we're down to 2,400, we'll go ahead and set to 500 above our field height. I believe our field height is 500 feet above sea level, so we'll go ahead and set to 1,000. In fact, we could probably do that now. We're low enough. Cabin altitude goal is 1,000. We can make that a little less of a rate, though. How about 1,000 feet a minute? Alright, to 275. There we go. I'm just hoping that the GPS approach will just help me get lined up from further out, so I'm not trying to desperately correct my alignment at the last minute like normal. I'm kind of surprised we got similar weather here, but if we pull up active sky and take a look at the map, we'll know that that's accurate. So, oh, we got a handoff. One 125.6. Go. Two 1-0. A little hazy. A little more hazy than I was maybe led to believe. But it looks good. I'm digging it. Alright, we are 4 minutes out. Once we get our final vectors to the field, that's when we'll start our before landing checks. Oh, mixture can come forward. How's our differential? 0.7 psi. But we're 1,000 feet above our cabin altitude goal, so that's alright. I think our next aircraft purchase, guys, is going to be a turbine Duke, and I think I'm going to use that, and I'm going to give this Duke to Isaac. Alright, 185. We have the runway. No. No, we don't. Is that it there? No. I'm not seeing the runway even a little bit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and activate our approach. Now we need to go half a mile to our right. So I'm going to take over from the autopilot here. Well, first let's do our before landing checks. Cowl flaps are closed, fuel pumps can come on, prop sync can come off, and drop a notch of flaps. We can probably get rid of the anti-ice. I'll get the landing light on just so we don't need to turn it on here shortly. Alright. And autopilot. This is why in poor visibility, you still do the GPS approach even when air traffic control doesn't want you to. Of course, in real life, do whatever air traffic control wants you to, but this is FSX. Still don't have the runway. It's because of these low clouds. We need to get lower. Alright, and now we're about to pick up the localizer. Four miles out from the runway. Oh, there it is. Runway's in sight. Landing gear down. Alright, we got this. Easy.
500. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
I just need to get better at lining up on the runway. I don't know why, but I'm almost always to the right of center on touchdown. Alright. Pull the flaps up. Pumps can come off. Oh, I expected to coast a little further. So come on, let's actually get clear of the runway since we just said we were. And let's go find a parking spot. Here's the grass runway. Go ahead and cross. And parking right around here will be good. Oh, is this just one big ramp? Well, if it is, I'm taking it. Yeah, it is just one big ramp. Probably for planes a little bit bigger than mine, but that's okay. Alright, taxi light can come off, navigation light off. Reset everything, dump cabin pressure. Avionics off. Cowl flaps are closed. The pressure's just about out. We'll call that good. And engines. Alright. That was a good flight. And not a horrible parking job either. And get our cargo unloaded. Alright. And unload. Oh, whoops. That wasn't on camera. Anyway, we'll drag this over here for this. Now finish flight monitoring. Smooth landing, hour and 18-minute flight time. But that's using time acceleration. I think it would have been 2 hours without. So, finishing the flight. That means we can switch over to air hauler. And awesome, our Blake Johnson has delivered the first load of furniture, and he's on his way back. So it looks like it's going to take him 3 trips to get that finished up. Isaac Little is on the way up to 77 Golf with his load of computer games. And Sean is actually here at our base. What the heck is going on here? Oh, that's just in red because it's expired, but it's not accepted by us, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, if we refresh this, we should see our $47,000 job is cleared, and we've got $47,000 more cash. Awesome. Let's take a look at our available jobs. See what else there is. Got a $44,000 contract. That's for 4,500 pounds of cargo. I'll pass. More musical instruments, but going way out of here. I think that's even... Is that out of our range? No, it's not. That's the Piper's range right there. So that's something we could do, and I could actually probably get all that in one load, so there's no reason not to do that. That expires tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I'd have to do it today. And I think I'm kind of done flying today. I could assign it for Blake Johnson tomorrow after he's done with this. He'd be able to get that in 1, maybe 2 trips. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll accept that. And then we'll accept one more, just one that I know he could get in 1 trip. How about the beef? Yeah, and then that will bring him back to K-Toll. So we'll have those for Blake. And now for Isaac, after your computers, or computer games. Let's see. Anything below 1,000. We got mail for 8,000. That's due tomorrow. That's fine, we'll take that. 8,000. 7,000. What's this? 8? That's memory sticks. Okay. And we'll do one more for Isaac since his are shorter and lighter. We'll do these toys and games because we don't have... Oh, we do have one coming back to KTTZ. We'll accept that, and we'll do the livestock as well. Alright, so now if we go to accepted jobs, these musical instruments we are going to... Well, let's do by expiration first. Okay, these musical instruments are top priority. They need to go to Blake Johnson. Livestock, we want that to be the last thing that... Oh shoot, that expires in just like a few hours though. Oh, and all these times are in Zulu, so that really expires soon. Wait, no it's not, it's in local. Weird. But anyway, we will go ahead and assign that to Isaac Little now. Oops, I wanted him to do that last. That's what I get for not paying attention. Alright, and then we're doing mail and toys and games. So the mail is coming out of here, and toys and games is coming from all the way down here up to here. So I accepted the beef, and that was for Blake Johnson. Alright, let's see. So we got, let's take a look at our overview. Can I just see accepted jobs? No, I can't. Oh, but these are accepted ones that aren't assigned. No, those are ones that are currently being flown. I just want to see all the routes at once. Okay, so this one is being taken care of. This one's already assigned. So where are you going after this? You'll be at Toledo. So then the next one you do, you should be leaving Toledo, which would be Mail. So we will assign that to Isaac Little. And now we need, let's see, Toys and Games, leaving from 7M6, that's down here. I don't think he's going to be able to fly out there in one flight. I think that's out of range for Isaac Little. I think Isaac Little's range probably goes to like here. And we can't preemptively assign a position flight. So we're just going to go ahead and cancel that one. I don't care, I'll take the rep hit a little bit. Alright, livestock. And now mail coming out of Toledo, that's accepted. And then we've got memory sticks. That will bring us kind of back up to the Toledo area. Isaac Little. So I'm just making sure everything is assigned. I wish we could assign ad hoc passenger jobs. I might have Sean just do a Sunday route because why not? Why not? We are going to assign. There you go, Sean. That's why we pay you the big bucks. We would need to rename Sean too. But I haven't released another part yet. I've recorded like 3 episodes after releasing the Cherokee type rating. I need to edit and upload the next part to that, which I'm going to do right now. So thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you for the next flight, and have a good one.